Good evening, everybody. I want to start off by introducing myself. My name is Sawyer Herndon, and currently I am working towards my bachelor's degree in business administration with an emphasis on management. I'm in this class, Intro to Speech, because it is a requirement to complete my degree plan. However, more importantly, I intend to build my public speaking skills rather than just taking a notch off the block with my degree plan. Through the remainder of my speech, I'm going to go over some strengths, weaknesses, and several suggestions for myself to improve my public speaking skills. Moving on to my strengths, one of my main strengths would be my previous personal experience with public speaking. In my job in the U.S. Navy, I have, for 2 years of my career, spent it doing convoy security, training for it and on actual deployment, and I've given multiple briefs to anywhere from 10 to 100 people, and those briefs included the logistics, navigation, and reaction procedures if hit by an enemy while out on an actual convoy in town or during training. An additional strength of mine would be my dedication in researching facts and information about the topic I'm expected to give a speech on. Therefore, I can accurately portray the intended message towards my audience and maintain their attention. Moving on to my weaknesses, a major weakness I have is my concentration when listening to another speaker give a speech. And while that may not seem to directly affect my public speaking abilities, it hinders me from accurately evaluating another person giving a speech and turning around and using that information from their performance and gaining from that. Another weakness of mine would be I tend to let the audience distract me and interfere with my speaking abilities, whether it be side conversations, cell phones going off, people falling asleep in class, just general distractions, whatever it may be. It's always thrown me off, and I've had to calm down and regather what I've been trying to say. And lastly, my biggest weakness is the anxiety that I get before I give a speech to whoever the personnel I'm giving the speech to, or however many people, or whatever the topic. I always have anxiety try to overtake me. Some suggested areas of improvement I've decided for myself would be focusing directly on my speech. Just channel my focus on that speech versus what the audience is actually doing. So therefore, if I'm concentrating on my speech and someone starts a side conversation, I don't have to worry about the audience as long as I'm doing my job and giving the best speech that I can and putting out the most accurate information. Another suggestion that I gave myself for improvement would be becoming a more active listener when listening to other public speakers give up and give a speech in front of people. So therefore, I can actually take away from them and properly evaluate their speech and turn around and use that in my own to better myself. And my last improvement for myself would just be overall experience, just giving speeches to different crowds, multiple crowds, practicing with different kinds of speeches rather than just who I am or what I already know, and preparing to the fullest that I can for those speeches. So therefore, I can have confidence and hopefully cure some of that anxiety that I possess. So in conclusion, I believe I have minimal to moderate experience with public speaking, but with this class, I intend on adding knowledge and using proper procedures to strengthen my public speaking skills.
We have 5 people here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
And here are my note cards I used.